Hey guys, so one of the things that I found over the years that if you make a private NuGet or a public NuGet, and you have partial classes in that private or public NuGet, whether on Azure DevOps as an artifact or publicly on NuGet, if it's a partial class, the partial compilation really happens at the project level. So meaning that consumers of your class library or whatever you're making, they can't really extend things through the public partial, classes that you've made. Kind of like partial classes are, from what I know, is you can extend them within your solution, but not, once it's a DLL, you can't, because it's a compilation step. Kind of bundling those things together. So as an alternative to that, with source code generators, consider if you're doing a private NuGet that, let's say you have a core bunch of methods and classes that you want to share with a bunch of different projects. And instead of shipping a private NuGet for all of the different applications to consume, you could ship a code generator that will take those classes and just dump them as generated partial classes into whatever projects and API you're using. And the main benefit of that would be to be able to extend partial classes if you're not able to, if it was a public or private NuGet that's kind of compiled. So if I switch to this screen, so consider that you have maybe a class library and a generator. So pretty simple generator here. All it's really doing is kind of receiving, some kind of my class, and then it will output a public partial and kind of add these things here. And then it will add to the source, the string builder, and then, that's basically very simple. Now, if it's pretty, like you have a lot of different classes and stuff, like how I structured it, there's probably a better way, but I used things like, a bunch of different classes that will, just like strings that you can actually iterate through or make lists of, and then you can kind of go through here and just dump them out. So if we look over here in the project file of this consuming class library, I'm just saying, hey, get the generator, the output is analyzer, and reference output assembly is false. Now a different line is needed when you've actually published the generator as a private NuGet to be able to be consumed. This is just for testing purposes, but you can kind of get those online, of like what you got to put here. It's very similar, just slightly different. Now if I go over, just kind of close this, I'll say don't save. And when I brought this in, I had like this, and then it wouldn't work. So it's saying, oh, hey, it needs to be partial, because it's already dumped this generated class in here. So if I look back at this guy here, so you can see that another method, and I'm returning my property. If you go to definition on, I'm not sure if it works. It does. It goes to the auto-generated one. So it's pretty cool to think that, let's say you wanted to pre-compile and sorry, not pre-compile. You wanted to, I guess, in a different class, type in or copy and paste all of your different partials that you want. That you might have a use case where you do need partial classes, and you need to be able to extend things to other projects. And this could be a good solution because, like I said, as far as I'm aware, the partial part of things only really works when it's the same project. So it could still be a private NuGet for the generator, right? But the output is not really a DLL from the private NuGet class library. It's literally an analyzer that will write code, and this is not compiled yet. So because it's not compiled, you can now extend any partial here. So yeah, kind of a short little video. Might be a pretty niche thing, but if you're looking to write source code generators to just dump a bunch of partial classes, partial static extension methods, and you need to be able to extend them. I think the other one I was using before was, I think, static extensions. Like, for example, had a class in the front end project called it was called extensions, right? And I didn't want to write a different type of, I guess, namespace or class. I just wanted to continue to extend the static partial class of extensions and continue to add more extensions in there. So I ended up kind of doing this on the generator, where you say name, namespace, and as you can see here, it's using the new what's it called, string literals, which you do 3 quotes, and then you can actually paste in whatever you want. You don't have to escape things at that point. Pretty cool. C#, the newest C# or C# 10, I think, but it came out around 7 or .NET 6. But yeah, I think 6. But yeah, pretty cool. You could basically just continue to add stuff to different files and just make more and more of these. So, like, for example, this guy here, you could just, copy and make more, and then when you're in here, you would just add those files. And could be a cool way to, I guess, simplify a lot of the code that you're putting into, like, if you got a bunch of projects, you wanted to make sure that they all had the same code, but you're not really looking to do a class library because you don't want it to be a precompiled DLL that's it's extendable, but just extendable in a different way. This could be a great solution for you. Anyways, guys, I hope you found that helpful and useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and that would be much appreciated, and hope you have a great day. Thanks.